Hello, everyone. This is another Black Conservative. I am Ryan Bowling. Thank you all for joining me. So, Megyn Kelly have taken up Charlize Theron. I hope I'm pronouncing her name right. If not, I don't care because, be honest with you, this lady's mind is gone. Okay, she have taken up the threat that Charlize Theron stated when she said she will f up anyone who is against drag queens, if you will, in so many ways. And so she took her up on it. She took her up on it. And I'm going to get right into this article because this shows you the level at which those on the radical left, and I dare say the left period, but really particularly the radical left, this shows you the level that they're willing to go to push their agenda. So let's get right into this. This is just outstandingly nasty, okay? No one would say this except someone on the left. Megyn Kelly has taken up Hollywood star Charlize Theron's threat to F anybody up who dares to challenge or question drag queen performances for children. On Friday, Kelly, whom Charlize Theron played in the movie Bombshell, hit back during an episode of her podcast saying, "Why doesn't Charlize Theron come and F me up?" And it's crazy. I listened to the video. If you look at the article, it'll give you a short 30-something second video of her saying this. And it's like, yeah, in other words, come on. I got something for you, baby. She says, I'm 100% against her on this, Kelly explained. Yes, there are fun drag queen shows. I've been to them. When we lived in Chicago, I went to one and it was super fun. It was all adults. That's exactly what she said. But there are drag queen shows out there right now that are deeply disturbing and they are happening in front of young children, she continued, adding it could, quote, include the grooming of young children. Kelly added, even she should be against this, trans kids or not, referring to Theron's adopted son who identifies as a transgender girl. As Breitbart News reported, Charlize Theron recently appeared on the Drag Isn't Dangerous fundraising telethon, during which she told the drag community she has their collective backs. And I saw that. And we love you, queens, the actress said. We're in your corner. We got you. We got you. And I will F anybody up who's trying to F with anything with you guys. Now, who exactly she's referring to here? It begs to know. The Drag Isn't Dangerous telethon was designed to be a celebration of all things drag and reportedly raised more than $500,000 from 5,000 individual donors. And that's it right there. This is just crazy. But first and foremost, let me put this right out there, right out the back. As an actress, I admire Theron, Charlize Theron, Charlie Theron, however way you want to pronounce it. I admire her as an actress. I saw a movie that she starred in 2004 that's not really well known. It was an independent film directed by Patty Jenkins back in 2004 called Monster, in which Charlize Theron played the serial killer Eileen Warren, I think that's her name is, back from the 1970s, late 1970s, early 80s, who was executed, I think, in 2012 for killing 7 men. And her role in that film was just outstanding. It's one of my favorite movies of all time, period. Her role in it was just outstanding. One of the greatest acting roles I've ever seen in the history of my life. And I'm not over exaggerating about that. I've watched that movie over and over and over again because it's just that great. It's not for the faint of heart, but it's an excellent film in terms of acting, okay? Also seen her in a movie came out in the mid to late 90s called The Astronaut's Wife. Excellent film. And she was a beautiful woman. But if you see a photo of her now, if you see her now, one could argue where it's her age, she's getting older. But her eyes look demonized. She looks like she's demonically possessed. And as a man of God, I can tell and I know people don't like, but look, I believe in the spiritual realm. What you see in the 3-dimensional realm is direct result oftentimes of what's happening in the unseen realm. What happens in the unseen realm has an influence on the three-dimensional realm we live in. The real battle is in the world you don't see, not the physical battle. And these spirits manifest themselves or reveal themselves or act out their agenda through people and organizations and groups, okay? And she seems to be one of them because her eyes look demonized. Her face looks demonized. This woman does not look like the woman I knew many years ago, okay? In terms of acting and in terms of being a beautiful woman. She could be a model. I think at one point she was. But see, this kind of mindset, this kind of worldview makes you look ugly. It makes you ugly on the inside. And when it makes you ugly on the inside, it makes you ugly on the outside. And I believe that's what the case is here. You have to wonder, who is paying people like Charlize Theron and other actors on the left? Who's paying them money to say the things that they say? You would think that someone like this or an adult would say, you know what? This shouldn't be pushed towards our children. You would think people would not do that. You would think people would be against that. This is what ticks me off about the left. One of the things that ticks me off about the left, particularly the radical left, they'll sit up here and say that people, conservatives, are extremists when it comes to something like this. It's the stupidest, dumbest, most ignorant thing I've ever heard in my life, just about. Oh, because I'm against drag queens, swinging their dinglings in front of little children and swinging their butts in front of little children, I'm an extremist. Think about that for a moment. It's totally okay for these grown men dressed as women to be swinging their sexual organs around little kids. Okay, it's totally okay for them to do that. Okay, but if I disagree with it, I'm an extremist. Anyone that accepts that kind of view, you possess just like she is. You demonize just like she is. I'm just going to tell you right up front, because the whole concept of right or wrong has been flipped over in your big head. You messed up, period, bottom line. Ain't no discussion we going to have. But you got to wonder, who's paying these people? And I believe that I believe personally that they're being paid huge sums of money because they haven't been acting. I don't know if she's been acting in anything much. They haven't been acting, just like, what's her name? Alicia Milano. I don't think she's been acting in anything. I mean, if she has been, let me know in the comment box below, because I really don't care. Okay, I don't watch mainstream stuff anyway. They haven't been acting, so they got to stay relevant. So they got to do something, and they join these far leftist groups and activist groups because they want to be an activist. They got to be getting paid for this. They ain't doing this for free. They don't believe in this stuff. They're not that passionate about drag queens dancing in front of kids. They're not that passionate till they're willing to do it for free. Please, give me a break. They're doing this for money. That's what I believe. They're getting paid huge sums of money to do this. Money is their God, and they don't care what they push. If it's immoral, if it's distasteful, if it's nasty, they don't care, because money is their God. People like her should be, these people shouldn't even be acting. So you got to wonder. But this is the level that the radical left is willing to go, particularly those in the acting field, when it comes to pushing a nasty agenda upon our children. These people should be just counseled. They the ones should be counseled. They always talk about cancel culture, but people like this should be the ones canceled. They should be the ones canceled because this is totally, totally insane. Now, she makes this threat. Charlize Theron makes this threat. She will F up anyone who messes with drag queens. Now, you can interpret that any kind of way you want to interpret it. But the way I see it, she's threatening people who disagree with the agenda of these transgenders or drag queens or whatever, transgenders, if you want to put them in the same boat, okay, that disagree with the agenda. She's willing to do whatever she needs to do. My question is, how in the world are you going to do that, Miss Theron? How are you going to do that? What are you going to do? You going to get some guns together and go and F up anybody? Are we supposed to be scared? Those of us that disagree with this transgender agenda upon our children, those of us that disagree with drag queens being swinging their little thing in front of our children, those of us that disagree with it, are we to be scared? Are we supposed to be scared? I mean, is that what you're trying to say? I mean, are we supposed to be scared? This is what I'm trying to figure out. And then, how are you going to pull that off? How are you going to pull it off? How are you going to pull off your threat? Because Megyn Kelly said, come F me up. Come on. She's like, come on, bring it on. Bring it on. Now, I wouldn't say anything, make no threat like that, because as a man of God, I don't want to do that. I don't want to say, come on. I want, let me put it like this. In my flesh, I want to, but spiritually, I ain't going to do it. Okay? I'm not going to do it because it's not the right thing to do. But I will say this, I'm ready. I'm ready to defend myself. I'm against what you're saying. If you're watching this video, and I know she's not, but if you just happen to watch this video, okay, and I know she's not, but if you happen to watch this video, Miss Theron, whatever your name is, you sound like some kind of, your last name sound like a superhero. In fact, matter of fact, Theron is really, I think that's a god or a goddess. But you falling from that concept, period. But if you just happen to be watching this video, you're not going to F me up, because I disagree with what you're saying when it comes down to these kids. I disagree with that, okay? Here's the deal. Here's the deal, straight up front, man. The deal is, you have to pull that off. If you're going to make that kind of threat, you have to back that up. You have to back that thing up. You're going to have to bring in the armies. Is that what you're going to do? This is the level that the left will go to push their agenda. I don't see anyone on the right or conservatives ever doing this kind of thing or saying this kind of thing or making these kind of threats. These people are nasty, man. They're nasty. They're just nasty. This is what happens. Once again, this is what happens when you get rid of God and you get rid of all moral sense of moral values or whatever. When you get rid of the concepts of right or wrong, when you get rid of God, when you get rid of sensibility and logic and reason, you're going to talk stuff like this. You're going to say these kind of things because there's nothing registering up there. There's no moral sense. And when someone gives themselves over like that to immorality, then they're open to anything. They're open to any kind of immorality. I mean, there's that group, I think it's called Mambla, Man Boy Love Association. Some people probably never even heard of that. Okay, that is an organization that's highly financed, leftist organization, okay, that wants to create laws that would make it legal for adult men to engage in sexual intercourse with underage boys. Okay, that's essentially what that is. I found that out way back in the 90s in a book that I read titled "The Occult Invasion of America," I believe it was, or this occult invasion, something along that line, written back in the early to mid 90s. Okay. And I found that out from reading that book, and it just shocked me that they would have an organization that's literally trying to create laws or push for legislation or lobby Congress to create legislation that would make it legal for adult men to engage in sexual intercourse with minors, male minors. With this kind of stuff going on, you can't help but wonder. With this transgender stuff and being pushed on our children, you can't help but wonder if this all sinking together. You can't help but wonder if Mambla has any part to play in this. And in my opinion, I believe they do. I believe they got a part to play in this. Our country is going way down the pit of hell, man. And part of the reason for that is because of the leaders. Part of the reason is because of the political leaders in our country and the preachers and pastors in our pulpit who call themselves preachers and pastors, because some of them are pushing this kind of stuff as well. Some of them are pushing this kind of stuff as well. But that's okay, because whether they believe in God or not, I believe in God. And one day Judgment Day is coming. If they don't get it right, they're going to be judged for this. And that judgment is not going to be pretty. So let me end the video on this. I admire this woman as an actor, but as a social person, her mind is gone. Her mind is gone. It's gone. She looks demonized. She looks like she's hurt. She looks like somebody. She looks wicked. I think she played did she play a wicked witch or something? I don't know. I don't remember. I don't know. Put it in the comments box below. I don't remember. But she looks really bad. She looks bad, man. Yeah, she really looks bad. And to say this kind of stuff is just crazy. But once again, this is the level that the radical left will go to push their agenda. Forget about logic. Forget about reason. It's not about logic and reason with them. Because when it comes down to logic and reason with the left, then you're gonna blow them away. And they know that. The issue isn't logic and reason. The issue isn't having an argument with you, a rational, logical argument with you. That's not the issue with them. The issue is with them is fear and intimidation, because that's what communists do. That's what they did in the East many decades ago in Russia and China. That's what they did. Fear and intimidation, not logic and reason. Let's sit down and have a discussion about this. No. Let's destroy your institutions with force and violence. The difference is between the East and the West is that the communists and the socialists and the Marxists are doing it in a non-violent way, okay? They're using the legislation process and the educational system and the entertainment industry and religion to change the attitude of the people. If you can change their attitude towards the sick ideology that they possess and they're trying to push, then it's easier to get them to accept it. Change the mind, change the person. That's what this is all about. It's a demonic agenda. It's a communist agenda. It's a socialist agenda. It's a Marxist agenda. It's a progressive agenda. They all are in the same demonic boat. Wake up, America. Wake the heck up. And that's what I got to say about that. What do you guys think? Leave your comments in the comment section below. Like, share, and subscribe to my channel. God bless you all, and see you again.